came out, I was like, what if I told you I was pregnant? I was like, no, I don't believe it. But, you know what? That's what it says. Baby number 2. And yes, we are surprised, like y'all are surprised. We're excited.
So good.
But we're still very shocked. Very shocked. We are currently on the way to Lydia's families. We're going to tell them that Lydia is expecting. That is a beautiful cake. Baby bakes in 2024.
Is that for real? Lydia, tell them.
It's due in September 14th.
Unfortunately, the bleeding and cramping has not stopped. We are going to head to the ER, see if there's anything they can do. Just pray for the best and pray for a miracle.
It's sad, but we also don't want to wait another day to find out.
So we made it to triage. Now we're just waiting.
It's a waiting game.
Lydia's cramping is getting worse.
It's not looking good. Scary.
We can just pray and hope.
Making me more and more nervous the longer I have to wait here.
So it's 3-something in the morning. The doctor finally came and talked to us, and they're saying that there's no heartbeat.
We've had it 6 weeks, so you're supposed to have a heartbeat. So it's either they can't pick it up yet, or it just doesn't have one.
We had an ultrasound and talked to the doctor. They said they believed it stopped growing about 2.5 weeks ago. We decided to name her Angel. We both believe it was a girl. And we know it's up in heaven right now. And it's very hard. Because you always hope for the best. You always wonder, can it still be alive? The doctor was really good. And
We love our doctor and our
really do.
ultrasound. Sweet lady.
But at this moment, they said all Lydia can do is rest and drink water and eat. She's gonna be cramping and bleeding a lot the next couple days. But it's been a hard couple days. And just trying to take it all in and understand. Keep us in your prayers, please. Just pray that maybe you can get some rest the next couple of days and spend a lot of time with Riker.
I do love doing that.
The last couple of weeks have been so exciting, and
We
we're able to tell
started
family and
picking out names, and we feel like it's a little girl, and we're gonna do the gender reveal next week. And we're so excited. Our family and friends are so excited. We're gonna have a sweet little sibling for Riker, but I guess it wasn't meant to be.
it's hard because you don't understand.
You don't understand why.
Yeah.
Why did we get it? We weren't really expecting it, and then once we are excited, it's gone. That's so hard. It's okay.
All right, y'all, welcome to another video. You got Sweet Riker. Unfortunately, this is a video that we never wanted to do. I feel like it comes at a hard time in both of our lives, but we want to just walk you through how we found out that Lydia was pregnant, and then telling our families, and then hearing the news that no one ever wants to hear when they're pregnant. So Lydia, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Oh, that's a hard one. It's a hard one.
For sure. We found out, what, early January?
We did. We found out right after we got back from Colorado. I just was feeling, I don't know, emotional, probably is the best way to say it. So I kept joking about it. We weren't really expecting it, so it was more an ongoing joke, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a test. So I don't really have a video of me taking it because I wasn't expecting it to say anything other than not pregnant. So I just went and took it one evening, and I was like, oh my goodness, it is positive.
And I feel like we were both shocked right then that, you know, Lydia was pregnant.
It was, relatively soon after. Yeah. So it was a couple months
we
after.
Both absolutely love kids, and we want whatever the Lord will give us. And we wasn't planning on having them really close together.
I think we were going back and forth, like we wanted them close together. Should we have like a time, space, and then boom, I guess that decision was made.
It was. Finding out, I want to say it took a little bit to like let that set in.
Yes, like a couple weeks of us going, oh my goodness, what are we gonna do? It's gonna be 2 under the age of 1. That's crazy.
The baby's due date was September the 14th.
And he was...
Riker was September the 12th. So there was a good chance that they were gonna be very close in age.
They were gonna both be under the age of 1. So that's crazy. But technically, I am also an Irish twin by 8 days. Loved it. Growing up, all I ever did was tell my brother, haha, I'm the same age. For 8 days, it was so fun. But I was like, I don't know how my mom did it, so I was like, whatever we do, I just want to tell them first so I can ask her how she did that so close. I just never realized it until we found out we were expecting 2 under 1. So then after a couple of weeks, we started getting so excited. Well, I would say we were excited since we found out, but it started sinking in, and it felt more and more real. So we booked an appointment. And then we got to tell
your family,
my family.
And we told them the same way we told them with Riker.
Yeah,
so they were very shocked, and no one was expecting that. So
exactly a year later.
So that was fun to share with them. And then by that time, it's like we found out for like close to a month.
Yeah.
So super excited, could not believe it. After a while, you pick out names. We don't know if it's gonna be a boy, if it's gonna be a girl.
Well, yeah, all like my symptoms were very different with this one than with him. So we just, since day one, when we found out,
just assumed it was a girl.
We're like, it's definitely a girl. It just feels so different. I was like 90% sure it's a girl. Without even taking the test. Then we got to tell your family. I think that's what we did next.
We told them on I Love You Day, the I Love You Day party.
So sweet and special. There were so many family members in town, so it's just fun to get to say it when it's not often that everyone's together, so it's really sweet.
It was very exciting.
They were shocked. They were not expecting it either.
Everything seemed like it was going great.
Yeah.
You were 9 weeks along. We told them on a Saturday, I Love You Day, and then we had an appointment in 3 days.
Yeah.
For our first doctor's appointment, and everything seemed like it was going great. We were so excited. And then all of a sudden, Sunday, you started lightly spotting.
So I didn't think much of it. I was like, I've heard so many people that have had that same thing happened. Like, it's probably just normal, and I'm just paranoid. So Sunday, I still felt fine. I Googled it, and it most likely with what I was having, it was fine. So then Monday came around, and I went shopping. Josie's about to have a baby, so exciting. So we went and got some last minute things, and I came home and I was like cramping, and it felt like, this is all TMI, but it felt like a period, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. I went to the bathroom and it was just a lot.
Blood, yeah. And also a little bit of tissue.
Anyway, it's weird to talk about, but we just feel like we want to share our experience. We know a lot of people that have gone through something very similar. I know in both our families, I also have a lot of friends that are going through similar experiences, and it's a lot. It's a lot different when it's your own,
sure.
I feel like. Anyway, so then we started going like, this doesn't seem normal. We're gonna go to the ER, like, even though we were a day out from my first appointment, we're just gonna go check.
We called her doctor's office where we had the appointment and said, hey, this is what's going on. They're like, well, if the pain gets worse or bleeding looks worse, go to the ER. And we just wanted to feel like we did everything we could for our child, and we decided to go to the ER. We got there at like 8 o'clock. It was very, very busy.
It was a rainy day and wrecks everywhere that same day.
Very, very
Stormy.
crowded. And then I want to say we waited there for a couple hours, and then went back, did triage. They just took your blood work and stuff like that. And then came back and waited, and then they took her to go get a ultrasound, but would not let me go. So that was very sad because everything was going on with Lydia. She's already very emotional and hoping for the best, but don't know. And goes back there, and they wouldn't let me go. So I waited in the lobby, and they didn't tell you any information. There was only one screen, so they said they couldn't
I don't know
share
what
it.
is normal and what is, they just kind of already had a feeling and didn't want to.
So then that was like at midnight, and so then we waited to see the doctor, the result. We waited another
till
3:30.
3 in the morning.
We went into the room. Lydia, everything calculation was saying she was 9 weeks, and the doctor was like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I can't tell you it was a miscarriage. I can't tell you that everything's fine. He just said it looks like
It's measuring.
6 weeks, not 9 weeks, and there's no heartbeat, and heartbeat don't start to like 6 weeks, so I don't know what to tell you. He said.
He wasn't a certified OB.
Yeah.
And they didn't have one in at 3 in the morning.
So we didn't know. We went all there. We waited all night. Didn't really know anything. Michael was so kind to watch Riker as we went to the hospital. So we got up the next morning hoping that, you know what, maybe Lydia's calculation was off and she was only 6 weeks and there was going to be a heartbeat or everything was going to be fine. But it was a very hard day because going in there with the not knowing.
I feel like we still were hoping at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
But the doctor the night before was just very
Vague.
disheartening. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, there's no way that this baby's 6 weeks. By when I took a test, it couldn't have come out. Now he's about to jump out of his box. Anyway, then we went in that morning and we did an ultrasound, all the sweet ladies that we had back whenever we had him.
And she let us know that the baby is measuring 6 weeks because it stopped growing. That's when it passed away at 6 weeks.
That
I
was
guess
hard, really
it was
hard.
very hard, but for me, I didn't realize how difficult it was. I know people that have been through it. My mom, my siblings, a lot of my friends have had a miscarriage. I thought it was just going to be a lot mentally hard because
It's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking is very sad. You lose a child. I didn't realize how physical taxing it is on Lydia and how difficult it is because it's like you still give birth. The doctor's like, just to let you know, everything is still in there, but everything's going to come out, but it looks like your body has already started doing that. And it's going to be bleeding everything out the next couple of days. So they scheduled another ultrasound, I think next week, where we go back and make sure everything's fine. But they're like, if the cramping gets worse or the bleeding is really bad, then go to the emergency room and they'll do a DNC. So that was a very hard day because we go in there with expectation, hoping that somehow that the baby is still alive. But the next couple of days were
A blur.
very tough. Lydia physically couldn't do anything. She really couldn't hold Riker just because it hurt her stomach and hurt everything, and cramping a lot and bleeding, and very difficult emotionally and physically. We were very blessed to have wonderful family that sent flowers and brought us meals and offered to watch Riker, and they helped out in so many ways. But it was very difficult because you ask, God, why did this happen? But we both trust God, and we both know that it was in His hands, and He has a plan for each child, we believe. And we don't understand this at the time, or right now it's still hard to understand, why it happened, and if there was something we could do to stop it. It's very difficult, but we both trust God, and we both know that He has a plan. And we decided to go ahead and name the child Angel. We both feel like it was a girl, but we were never able to find that out.
We were supposed to find out the
week
after.
later, and we were already planning a gender reveal and all that stuff, but the Lord had different plans. It has been difficult ever since.
I feel like it's really hard because I feel like we didn't really plan on having them that close together, but then it was so exciting. It was gonna be so fun, all of it. We're already planning the nursery and how to move things around, and I
to fit 2 kids in there.
Started looking for cute clothes because I thought it was a girl. And so I feel like it's so hard because we were already a week out from the gender. It was just so fast. I was already over all the morning sickness. I don't know. It's very devastating. I really feel heartbroken for all the ones that go through it that don't have kids. And I feel like it's a whole new perspective that we have on it. I also am feeling so grateful that we have little Riker. I feel like all I wanted to do that whole week that I was going through the whole miscarriage was hold little Riker and cuddle with him and just play with him all day long. And I feel like that was the best thing. So I can't imagine, especially all our family friends that are not able to and have lost babies. And I couldn't imagine, even just at 9, well, I guess it was measuring 6 weeks, but I was 9 weeks long. It was so hard. And I could not imagine people that go through it further or, go full term and lose a baby. That's so heartbreaking.
And it puts a total different perspective on it when you go through it. When you hear your friends and family go through it, you pray for them and you realize how hard it is, but it's totally different when it's something that you go through yourself. Physically, it is very painful, and then also just...
Emotionally, so... If we are able to be blessed with another one, we're going to be very nervous.
We are. And
for those first couple of weeks.
The doctor said if the Lord blesses us with another one, they said, as soon as we find out, instead of waiting, 9 or 12 weeks to go into the doctor, they said go in right away and get tested to make sure all the levels and everything is right in case you have to start taking something. But
our midwife was so sweet. She was the same one that
really
delivered Riker. So that was really nice to see her there and to know that if we're blessed with another one, then she'll be there and know our whole history and will be able to help us to do everything we can to prevent that from ever happening again.
It's been very difficult, but this is something we feel like we would want to just share with y'all, and then we would love anyone that would want to pray for us. We would really appreciate that. It's still trying to just get over everything, and
got a long way to go to heal.
You really do. It's not an easy thing, and we just want to say that anybody that's been through this, we're so sorry, and I can't imagine even being farther along than what Lydia was, just because just at 9 weeks it was so difficult, and
So sorry.
it really is. But we're, like Lydia said, we're very blessed to have a wonderful child in Riker that we can just love on and try to make it through this difficult time in our lives right now. It is definitely nothing that we expected.
If we just didn't, I feel like our first pregnancy was
so great,
so smooth, so easy, that we were just like, oh, this, okay.
Yeah.
It didn't even cross our minds that something could be wrong, and it's hard not to go into the what ifs. What if we did this differently? But even if I had gone in, most doctors won't see you till 8 weeks. Even if I'd gone in at 7 weeks, it would have already most likely been too late. So
I feel like all of it, because
it's so hard.
It's hard because you always think in your mind, was there something I could have done different? Is there something that we could have done? But just knowing that it was in God's hands, and knowing that, that this was his plan. We don't know why, but
So we just been taking a week or two off to heal.
yeah. And like I said earlier, we've been blessed to have so many wonderful family members that have helped out, that has sent flowers, sent us food, sent us gift cards.
It means so much.
It really does.
I feel like now every time if I know someone, I just want to send them food.
Yeah.
Or just something.
Because it really just took us off guard, because it was literally the day after we had announced our family that we found out that something was wrong, and
Sad.
we both believe that it was a girl, and we believe that our little angel is up in heaven, and we look forward to seeing her one day, or if it's a boy, we really look forward to seeing them one day.
We'd be so shocked.
We would be very shocked, but
It's so sad. No, I really want a girl.
I think I really want a girl, you know. Right when she let me know she was pregnant, I was like, I think it's gonna be a girl. I would love to be blessed with a girl one day.
And I was like rooting for a boy the whole time because I thought it'd be so cute to have two so close, like two brothers. But I feel like we both were like, this one definitely was a girl. And now that we lost it, I really want a girl. It's crazy. I didn't expect that.
Ever since Lydia found out she was pregnant with Riker, she was praying for twins the whole pregnancy, and then she found out that it was not twins, and
I was a little sad.
but I feel like that the Lord
But
knew
then-
what we could handle.
Yes, we could not handle it too. It's a lot. First time parents, it's
Yeah.
a learning process, a big learning process.
sure.
So I think Riker, he's such a sweet child. He's been like the sweetest through all of this, so easy and sleeping so good so that we can like heal and rest. But I really kind of want twins again.
She told me,
I
she's like,
thought that was going to be twins, and then he wasn't. And then I found out I was going to have them 2 under 1. I was like, there's my twin.
There's your
like,
twins.
I'm just getting it, you know, and like
Different
a
way.
little less than 12 months later. But it'll be so close in age, they're basically twins. So I was like, I really want a boy that looks just like him. I can have my twins. And then now that we lost our sweet little angel, I really want another set of twins. I don't know if we can handle it, but now I'm kind of praying for him again. We'll see. Maybe one of these years we'll get some. Or maybe they'll all just look like twins because they'll be like copy paste. We can do that too.
we kind of just wanted to just share with everyone what was going on in our lives right now, and just pray for us, because going through this, just relying on God, praying and trusting in Him, and having wonderful family and other people praying for us has went such a long ways. And it's not easy, but we just wanted to share this now than to wait and bring it up later on, because I feel like it'd be very difficult for both of us.
I feel like in a way sharing it will help us heal.
He will.
And instead of it being kind of like not talked about. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to it that have experienced it or gone through similar things, or know family that has. We know a lot of family that also recently did it, and they've been so sweet and so helpful through all of it.
Keep us in your prayers the next couple weeks as we try to heal from this and try to get back to normal life. It's been over a week, almost close to 2 weeks, and Lydia's still healing.
Every
trying to get
day
back.
gets a little bit better and a little bit easier, and then certain things just trigger it, like seeing baby clothes. So I've just been shopping for all of the people that I know that are pregnant, like my friends. I'm like, okay, let me just go get you some. I don't know, it's sweet seeing little babies. I feel like I'm very excited to see Josie's. I'm gonna try to go over there and cuddle her baby so much. And I'm just so happy for the people that we know that are having babies. As bittersweet as it is, but it's very exciting.
We will see y'all next week. Feel like saying bye?
Not really. I'm gonna let you say this week.
Bye.